The San Diego City Council on proposed water rate hikes. What the plan is ahead.
Thousands of San Diegans still haven't picked their trash bin size, and the deadline is tonight.
Today, we're taking a closer look at a series of small plane crashes across San Diego, why one flight instructor says they might be happening.
Pet owners demand their animals back after the pet cremation business they hired shut its doors without warning. And we were there today as the sheriff's department showed up.
The Padres are in enemy territory. We'll tell you if they folded faster than a beach chair or if they took game one. A report coming up from Wrigley Field.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
No decision yet from the San Diego City Council on proposed water rate hikes that could result in a cumulative increase of more than 60% over the next 4 years. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel in for Marcella Lee. Community members had a chance to voice their concerns today before the council was scheduled to vote. CBS 8's Steffi Roche was in that meeting and joins us live. Steffi, they decided to delay the vote until a later date. Why is that?
That's right. Well, in a vote of 8-1, the council decided they would hold off on the conversation until October 28th at another hearing. Now, many residents came out tonight to voice their opposition to the proposed rate hikes. The increases, if approved by the council, would begin in January 2026 and continue through 2029. In addition to water rate increases, sewer rates would also rise by over 31% over the same period. I talked with Terry Altarelli, a San Diego resident and a member of the Workers Benefit Council. She tells me she's disappointed with the council's lack of a decision today.
I would wish that they would have said no. I implored them to say no. My rent is 60% of my income. I'm retired, and if the water rate goes up that much, so will my rent. It's going to push me into homelessness, and that is not a very good situation for me or many San Diegans.
The proposed increases are attributed to several factors, including the cost of importing water, inflation, repairs to aging infrastructure, and investments in future water projects. Again, that next hearing is scheduled for Tuesday, October 28th. For now, reporting live outside City Hall, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Yeah, they just wanted some answers, Steffi. I understand that. Well, some good news for potential renters. The average cost of rent dropped slightly this month, marking a 0.5% drop from this time last year. New data from Apartment List shows the median rent for a one-bedroom in San Diego is now $1,963. The average cost for a two-bedroom is now $2,460. And while prices have come down, San Diego still holds the 11th highest median rent among major U.S. cities. For a deeper look at these trends and to see how other cities in San Diego County compare, head to CBS8.com and click on this story. Okay, time is running out for homeowners in the city of San Diego to choose their new trash bin size. Today is the deadline to do so, and it turns out more than half of customers still haven't signed up. That means thousands of people could be caught off guard. CBS 8's Brian White joins us live from Sabre Springs. Brian, what happens if somebody misses the cutoff?
Well, you have until the end of the day to make your choice to lock it in for your bin size. But if you miss that cutoff, they'll automatically send you the largest bin. But don't worry, you can still swap it out later. It's deadline day for more than 225,000 San Diego trash customers. And if you haven't picked your bin size, time's almost up. As of this morning, more than half of customers have not yet created their online accounts, meaning most have not chosen their bin size yet. And if you don't
make an account, you will get the 95-gallon by default.
That's the biggest and most expensive bin, $43.60 a month. But once you get it, you'll still have 30 days to swap it out. And if you choose a smaller bin at that point, you'd see a credit applied on next year's tax bill.
If you miss today's deadline, please still pursue creating an account even after the deadline, because you're still going to have that opportunity for the swap out.
You'll need your unique code mailed by the city to sign up. If you did not receive it, you can still request that code online. But some customers, like 91-year-old Shirley Sawyer from City Heights, say it has not been easy.
I called. I was on the line for over 47 minutes. I created a password, and it wouldn't let me go beyond that. So I said, okay, today's the 30th. I'm coming down here. And I'm greeted by this beautiful sign that says no walk-ins. So I'm frustrated.
And Mark Yu from Carmel Valley is having similar difficulties.
We try everything online, on the phone, but it doesn't work.
And for those struggling financially, a new assistance program is coming with $3 million set aside to help cover the new fees for those who qualify.
We'll be launching soon a new financial assistance program for those customers that are most financially impacted by the fee. So we're looking at household income and size.
And in the coming weeks, the city will be sharing more details on that financial assistance program and who is eligible. Meanwhile, the new gray bins will start arriving next week. Reporting live from Sabre Springs, I'm Brian White, CBS 8.
Thank you, Brian. Developing tonight, several schools were placed on lockdown today after an 18-year-old was shot near Gompers Prep Academy in Choyasview. San Diego police say the lockdowns were a precaution as officers searched for the shooter. The victim is expected to be okay and the gunman is still at large. Police say the incident appears to be gang-related. If you have any information, you are asked to contact police.
And you're taking a live look right now at our nation's capital, where lawmakers still have no deal in place to fund the federal government. The White House budget director has directed federal agencies to start implementing their shutdown plans. The deadline is less than 3 hours away to make anything happen. But about an hour and a half ago, Senate Democrats voted down the latest GOP bill to keep the government open, and that puts us right on that path toward the shutdown.
Some of San Diego's congressional representatives said today that a shutdown will have serious consequences across the county.
The Republicans are in control of the House, the Senate, and the White House, and their hypocrisy is unbelievable, blaming Democrats for the shutdown. They claim to be about border security, but CBP and officers and Coast Guard service members will go unpaid during a shutdown. We don't want this to happen. Democrats are in Washington. We're ready to work.
That was Representative Scott Peters speaking. He was joined by fellow Democrats Mike Levin and Sarah Jacobs. The main points of contention are Democrats' demands to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies and roll back cuts to Medicaid. If those subsidies go away and if Medicaid cuts are not rolled back, millions of Americans, including hundreds of thousands of San Diegans, could lose access to health care or see costs skyrocket. We'll have more on what's at stake in a full report from Capitol Hill in our next half hour. Yesterday's emergency landing of a small plane on Interstate 15 was just the latest in a series of emergency landings across the county this year. Now, some people are wondering why they seem to be happening more often.
Yeah, CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Montgomery Gibbs Airport. Alex, you spoke with a flight instructor today. What are they saying about all these emergency landings?
Well, he told me that there could be one of a few reasons for all of these emergency plane landings. He said that maybe the planes just don't have enough gas in them. Maybe they're not doing their maintenance on the right schedule, or just pilot error. He did go on to say that in yesterday's emergency landing on Interstate 15, that pilot did a good job to make a safe landing.
Mayday, Mayday, 57 Lima Bravo, lost engine on left base.
Air traffic controllers at Montgomery Gibbs Airport scrambling to move traffic off a runway, but the pilot said there wasn't enough time.
Cleared to land. Traffic is departing ahead. Traffic ahead of you also going around.
I can't restart it. I think I might hit the 15.
Then around 4:45, an hour after takeoff, drivers on the 15 North saw what happened next. The two-seater Cessna made an emergency landing in the median grass of the freeway. The flight path on FlightAware shows the plane leaving Montgomery Gibbs Airport around 3:50, making a few circles around the airport and then flying to Oceanside and back. Then on the return flight, made an emergency landing on Interstate 15.
It's fortunate nobody got hurt. This could have been much worse.
Robert Katz, a corporate pilot and flight instructor of 43 years, says the pilot of the Cessna did a good job making a safe landing in unpredictable conditions.
I think this pilot did the best he could with what he had to work with. under the circumstances.
Yesterday's emergency landing similar to other unplanned landings in San Diego. Just last week, a Cessna crashed onto a street in Fallbrook. In August, a plane made an emergency landing onto the 805 freeway in Sorrento Valley. And back in May, a plane crashed into military housing in Murphy Canyon, killing all passengers. Robert Katz says the disturbing trend could be caused by pilots not having enough fuel in the plane. Investigators always check the fuel tank of a downed airplane first.
If there is fuel, it's going to spill out and likely ignite. When that does not happen, I suspect the airplane ran out of fuel.
He also says delaying overdue maintenance puts pilots at peril.
This is a can you do not want to kick down the road. It's going to come back to bite you eventually, and it's just not worth it to take that chance.
The cause of yesterday's emergency landing is still under investigation. I'm Alex Cheney, CBS 8.
Padres fans were happy early. The team scored first today, but a pair of back-to-back home runs by the Cubs would disappoint the Friar faithful. As the Cubs take Game 1 of the Wild Card Series, that means tomorrow is do-or-die time for the Padres.
They must win the next 2 games to keep their postseason dreams alive. Our Jay Garriani has his reaction to today's game.
And just like that, the Padres season comes down to a do-or-die Game 2 here at Wrigley Field. The storyline coming into this game, how would Nick Pivetta throw the ball? And in all honesty, he threw it pretty well. I mean, 5 innings, 9 strikeouts, just 3 hits. Unfortunately, 2 of those 3 hits would leave the ball yard here at Wrigley Field. In the Padres offense, they did score early, but they didn't score often. Just 1 run in this game. Dansby Swanson makes a pair of brilliant plays to keep the Padres off the scoreboard after that. And the Padres' lack of offense didn't do anything against this bullpen. Coming up in sports, John Howard will have the full highlights, and we just left the clubhouse here at Wrigley Field. You will hear from all the players about how this game went down and what their mindset is moving forward into tomorrow's do-or-die ballgame. Stick around here because coming up in sports, we've got all that and a look at the history of the wild card game and why the Padres are going to have to make history if they want to hang around.
Thanks, Jake. Graduation rates are improving in San Diego Unified.
We're going to tell you by how much and how the district says they did it. Still ahead. Plus, why sheriff's deputies were called to a troubled and now shuttered pet cremation business.
And the action from county supervisors as they push for a new designation for the Tijuana River Valley.
We are closing out September. Lots of sunshine was in the forecast for today. We're looking at more of that. There's a change up temperature-wise when we go into the start and even the first weekend of October. We'll take a look at your complete forecast coming up.